Hey everyone, today we are doing a complete desk setup overhaul. So I'm upgrading desk setups to furniture from a company called Vernal. So they kindly sent me over some of their furniture in this walnut color. And I decided to go for an L-shaped desk this time just to see how it kind of works with my setup. I've never had an L-shaped desk before, so it'll be interesting. But first of all, I just need to start putting everything together. Okay, so I have everything unboxed. The cabinet came in two different boxes, so there's quite a few different parts. I've got them kind of scattered over the room right now. So I'm gonna go through the instruction manual, which, not gonna lie, looks a little bit complicated. There's quite a few different parts and quite a few of these screws to go inside the unit. So I'm sure I can handle this stuff. I'm pretty familiar with like assembling furniture at this point. So yeah, let's just crack on. Something super convenient is all the parts have this kind of sticker on them. So this is like part X, and this part right here is part D. So shouldn't be too difficult to figure out which part's which. The assembly process was pretty straightforward. It just involved a lot of screws and a lot of dowels. But if you're familiar with like IKEA type furniture, this is very similar in terms of, the level of difficulty assembling it. But I had a small filing cabinet, a large filing cabinet, and this larger double unit. And I would say in total, to put all those units together, it took me around 5 hours, which definitely isn't too bad, and I did it completely alone. I also picked up a large desk shelf to go on top of the desk once complete, and this thing was really easy to put together. It was like 4 screws and 2 feet went on the bottom, and it was done. Something I really appreciated about the desk is when I unboxed it, I saw the frame was already attached to each piece of the wood. So you don't need to go ahead and screw in the frame underneath. You just need to go ahead and piece it all together. And that was pretty straightforward. You just needed to screw on some square plates which hold the pieces together because they come in separate parts. And then you just need to assemble the legs. So they just slot in at the end section. Then you tighten them up. And considering I picked up the L-shaped desk, there is an extra step of adding the L-shaped part around the side. So it just adds an additional bracket, which slots into a third piece. But then I just went ahead and put on the feet for the desk legs. These desk legs are super short, so the desk can go really low if you want it to. The minimum height is 58 centimeters and the maximum is 123. So it has officially been a few weeks now since I assembled all the furniture as well as the desk, and I've had some time to play around with the layout of this room. So the smaller units come with wheels underneath which can be unlocked or locked in place. So when you've unlocked it, you can go ahead and sort of move things around freely, which is what I like. So I permanently just leave them unlocked because I like to sort of reorganize the room as I film. It just gives me a little bit more space. And in terms of the desk, I mean, there's really not any other way I could organize it. So I've got the right hand side model, which means that the L-shaped part is on your right. You can also pick up a variant where it's on your left, and also one that's like a smaller version that's kind of a little bit more even, so you could potentially put it in any corner. But with this desk I have here, it kind of works best where it is, so I did leave it there. But I'm really happy with how I have everything laid out on the desktop. I think it looks really good. I think overall it enhances my productivity, and I feel like I've got a better workflow going on with the L-shaped desk. Now I'll explain why. So on this sort of main I-shaped part, which is kind of similar to my old desk, this is where I have my dual monitors. I've got a desk shelf underneath, which is made by Vernal, and it matches the desktop. So the grain and everything is the same, which is super nice. And then underneath the desktop on this side, I've got a desk drawer. So that's also from Vernal. It's specifically for like keyboards. So it's really sturdy. You can pull it out and the end part actually folds down. So you could go ahead and use the keyboard and mouse directly in the drawer without having to take it out each time. And then once you're done, you can just fold it away and keep your desktop nice and clear. By the way, the keyboard I'm using is the Keychron Q5 Max. I recently got it, and I will be doing a video on that fairly soon, but it's a great keyboard. It's really good looking, and it fits perfectly in this desk drawer. So the drawer is definitely wide enough, especially if you have like a number pad on the side, to fit inside the space. It might be a little bit tight with the mouse, so you might want to actually just move it out on the desktop whenever you use it, if you do have a larger keyboard. But definitely if you have like a small keyboard, you could use it inside the drawer. And then on the right hand side, on the L-shaped part of the desk, I've actually got this space fairly clear because I use it for B-roll. So if I'm shooting any products, I put them on this side of the desk just because it's nice and empty and spacious. It gives me a lot of flexibility, you know, especially with bigger products. I can just put it here and film it without my monitor and my keyboard and everything getting in the background, which doesn't always look good. But when I'm not shooting B-roll, a lot of the time I just keep my laptop here. So I do have the Space Black M3 Pro MacBook Pro, and I'm loving it. It's an amazing laptop. I did a video on it recently if you want to check it out, but it is so nice. And the wallpaper I'm rocking on the laptop and my monitors is a new wallpaper pack I made for desktop. So that's available on my store, mattrob.store, if you want to check it out. Link will be down below. If you're curious about the desktop size, it is 180 centimeters on the longer side and then 150 centimeters on the sort of L-shaped part, which is slightly shorter. But this is definitely a very big desk. You're getting a lot of room to work with in terms of, you know, what you can put on the desk. And considering it's a mechanical desk, obviously there are weight limitations. The maximum payload weight this desk can hold is 160 kilograms. So as long as you have it under that, then it will still freely move up and down with no problem whatsoever, which is super impressive. That weight load is a lot higher than many other mechanical desks. On the left-hand side, I have mounted the control panel. So there's 4 different preset modes that you can apply. So you can go ahead and customize them all. I've customized pretty much like 3 of them. I feel like the 4th one is nice to have, but honestly, most of the time, I either want it completely down for working when I'm sitting or working when I'm standing. And then maybe I'll have like one in the middle for like B-roll, but often I don't really need like a 4th mode, but it is super nice to have if there's different people working at the desk and you need different heights, then you have the options there. Now, something that's a little bit different about this desk is obviously because it's an L shape, there are 3 motorized legs rather than 2, so they all need to be cabled together. So underneath your desk, you need to cable all of them into like a main controller box, which is then powered. So you do have quite a few cables, but Vernal has really thought it through in terms of, you know, how they fit together. So they've actually drilled holes through the frame underneath so the cables can go through. So on other desks I've experienced, you just kind of have to work it out by yourself, but in the manual, it shows you how to organize the cables. It also comes with some cable tidies with, you know, sticky 3M tape on the back. So you can use that and some of the holes that Vernal have made to neatly organize all the cables for the workings of the desk. Underneath the desk, there's these 2 metal brackets which hold up a tray, and that allows you to put like a power strip or any of your cables underneath. And there is 3 holes on the top of the desk which come with these covers. So you can go ahead and have the cables go underneath, round, and into the tray. So it kind of keeps them organized and prevents them from hanging down. You obviously want good cable management because the desk is moving up and down. So if cables are just kind of, you know, stuck in place and not able to freely move, when you're moving it up and down, you can have problems with like cables breaking and getting caught on things. But this desk does have sensors, so if it detects any like collision or any pressure, it will go ahead and stop moving, which is really nice to see. But when you are moving up and down, it's super steady, super stable. There isn't much movement whatsoever. And you could literally put like a glass of water on the desk, move it up and down. There's very little shake. So if you have delicate things on the top of the desk, you don't have to worry about them falling off due to like the motors. If you do want to pick up this desk or any of the furniture by Vernal, make sure to use my link down below. There's currently over $100 off when you make a purchase. Plus, using my code and link, you'll get an extra 7% off. So you're getting a pretty good deal. So underneath the desk, I have a few pieces of furniture from Vernal that I showed assembly of. So I've got a small filing cabinet. This has a small drawer in the top, as well as a larger drawer in the bottom, and there's even a lock. So you can go ahead and lock away secure documents. If you share your space with roommates, you can lock any valuables in there. And the key is universal, so it kind of works on all the units, which is super nice. But inside the small filing cabinet, I literally just keep like cleaning supplies. So anything to do with cleaning my workspace, like a keyboard cleaner or, you know, an aerosol to blow away dust between my keys, as well as microfiber cloths, any like batteries for my mouse, keyboard, AirTags, anything like that. I just put it in that small filing cabinet and I know it's there. But then I've got a large cabinet on the right hand side. So this is actually a very large cabinet. So it comes with these 2 cubby holes in the top section. This is great for storing things that I want easy access to. So I can put my drone in there. I store my camera when I'm not using it in there. And on the right hand side, I have a printer. So when I'm printing out documents, I can quickly get them. It's not tucked away in a drawer and I don't need to set it up. I can always have it ready to go. Underneath that, there are 2 small drawers. They are pretty shallow drawers, but they have a lot of depth to them, so you can fit quite a few things in them if you wanted to store like books. I've actually got phone cases in there, so because they're very thin and I have a lot of them, it's great because I can fit a ton of phone cases inside the drawer. Also, things like my Zoom H4n, my audio recorder, anything to do with like phone accessories or making videos, I pretty much just store in these drawers. The bottom section is definitely my favorite part for storage. So this section is absolutely huge. Inside most of the larger drawers, there is like a frame going around the edge, so you can go ahead and hook files over if you want that. But I personally don't really use files too much. And so that space is much more useful for content creator tools. So pretty much anything like cables or batteries, lights, any sort of accessory like my microphones, that all goes in that drawer, and I have quite a lot of stuff, so it is nice to have the space in there. But overall, this is a really good looking unit. Again, matches that walnut desktop nicely. On the right hand side of the desk, I have this larger filing cabinet, so it's pretty similar to the first one I showed you, but it's got 2 large spaces to store things. So inside of here, I just keep like bits and bobs, old laptop, keyboards, any sort of cables, things like that. Considering it's only been a few weeks since I set this up, I am really pleased with how it looks so far. I'll probably, reorganize the drawers, tidy it up a little bit. And like I said, I like to move the smaller cabinets around because they're on wheels. But I kind of like this layout. I think I'm going to stick with this. I'm working quite tight with the room space. So I feel like how I have it set up right now is the way I'm going to keep it. But let me know what you think about my setup. If you're going to pick anything up from Vernal, do let me know in the comments section because I'm super curious to see what you'll go for. They do different color options to what I have right here. But personally, I just like the whole wooden look. I feel like that's kind of my theme right now. I'm going a little bit more for like a homely feel rather than like a clinical white. So for me, the walnut color was just the best option. But yeah, this setup, doesn't it look so sick though? It looks super, super sick with some nice warm light bulbs with the purple wallpapers from my wallpaper pack. It looks super damn good. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about the desk or any of the furniture, do let me know in the comment section. I'll be sure to help you out. But like I mentioned, if you want to get any discounts, use my link down below and you'll get that $100 off plus the 7%. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, smash the bell icon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.